Brother Toad's been doing a wonderful job, and he's been blessing our hearts. And I don't know, I think he only has 2 sermons, though. Y'all might be out of luck tonight. Before we go next door, though, we have a special guest who would like to speak with us just a little bit. Her name is Betty Lou Webb. Would you welcome Betty Lou?
We've got a wonderful church here, and think about jackets and clothes a little bit. Now, you wear a jogging suit, and what do? You jog. You wear smoking pajamas, and you smoke. You wear a lounging jacket, you lounge around. But I can't afford all that kind of stuff. All I can wear is this old windbreaker. I don't wear my windbreaker when I got diarrhea. It always says on the label, 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea. Does that mean that 1 out of 5 enjoy it? Well, you know that diarrhea is hereditary. Yes, sir, it runs in your genes. I enjoy living in a small town. Don't y'all enjoy living in a small town? There's a lot of advantages to small towns. One of the big advantages is if you don't know what you're doing, I'll guarantee you somebody else does. But you know, it's got its disadvantages too. You know, one time my husband and I, we were sitting in the house and we looked out the window and there were 3 guys out there in the shop stealing our stuff. So we called the local policeman and told him somebody's out here stealing our stuff. They said, well, we don't have enough people available, but as soon as we get somebody available, said we'll send them out there. Just lock your door. So Leroy hung up that phone. About 1 minute later, he called him back. He said, forget about it, I done shot him dead. Within 5 minutes, there was 2 policemen and an ambulance there. They caught those guys red-handed, put them in the back of that police car, come over there to Leroy, said, Leroy, I thought you said you shot him dead. He said, I thought you said nobody was available. Well, I sure am glad that Leroy was home whenever that happened, because I'd have been scared if I'd have been by myself. You know, Leroy sometimes leaves me by myself. He goes out hunting. Any of y'all like to go hunting? I know Warren right here likes to go hunting, but you know, Leroy went hunting one time with this hunting club. They paired them up. Had 2 of them go out at a time. So about an hour later, Leroy came back by himself. They said, well, where's your partner at? He said, he done had a stroke of bad luck. Said he done had a heart attack about a mile back. Said it was a hard decision, but I didn't figure nobody would steal old him and my friend. So I just brought the deer back and left him back there. Well, Leroy went to take that deer at the big old buck and put it in the truck. He couldn't find it in the truck. So some guy was sitting there. He said, I think somebody done stole your truck. He said, well, did you see who it was? He said, no, but I did get the license plate number. Well, Leroy finally got his truck back, and we started taking a drive out through the country one day, and you know, we got one of these new things called computers. Y'all ever heard of a computer? Well, you know, it's sort of new to me and Leroy, and we said, well, now, is a computer a male or a female? female. Well, Leroy said a computer had to be a female. He said, number one, no one but their creator knows their internal logic. Number two, the language they use to communicate with other computers is incomprehensible to everyone else. He said, even the smallest mistakes are stored in long-term memory. And as soon as you purchase one, you spend half your paycheck on accessories for it. Well, I told Leroy he was wrong, that a computer was a female. The first reason was because, number one, to get them to work, you have to turn them on. They have a lot of data, but they're still clueless. They're supposed to help you solve the problem, but most of the time they are the problem. And as soon as you buy one, you realize if you'd have held out a little bit longer, you could have got a better model. Well, Leroy and I were both mad at each other this time. We weren't even speaking for about 10 miles up the road. Finally, we came to this barnyard that had goats and chickens and stuff out there, and I popped off at Leroy and I said, "Are those some of your relatives?" He said, "Yep, in-laws." We try to please them, and I tell you what, they're just impossible to please. After I had my kids, I blew up like a balloon, and I figured I better get myself back in shape. So I went down and joined the local gym. They told me, now when you come to exercise, wear some loose-fitting clothing. Well, I wouldn't have joined the gym if I had any loose-fitting clothing. We got 3 kids, and we sure are proud of our little 3 boys. And my little 2nd grader, Bubba, come home from school one day. He said, "Mama, guess what I learned today? I learned how to make babies." Well, I looked really shocked, and I said, "You did, Bubba? How did you make babies?" He said, "Mama, it's easy. Change the Y to I and add ES." Fish breathe underwater. He thought a minute. He said, "I don't rightly know, son." I said, "You know, I don't rightly know, son." So, you know, Junior, he's a real sensitive type of guy. And he said, he started thinking, he said, "Daddy, I hope I'm not getting on your nerves asking you all these questions." Leroy said, "Why, no, son." Said, "How you gonna ever learn anything if you don't ask me a question?" Well, my oldest said, "Well, we're not batless, because batless dump your whole body underwater." The next one said, "Well, we're not batless, because batless sprinkles you." The next one said, "Well, we're not catless, because catless pour water on you." Well, my little Homer had the right answer. He said, "Boys, didn't y'all smell that water? We're Episcopalians." Well, you know, even though we're getting older, we still like to play games, don't we? You know, like pin the toupee on the bald guy. Hide and go team. Musical recliner. Or my favorite, Red Rover, the nurse said, "Bend over." Now, being a nurse myself, I can relate to that. And, you know, I'm a nurse, and I have people calling at me home asking me medical questions. Last time somebody called me, they said, "What do you do for a bad cough?" I told them to take a large dose of laxatives, then he'd be afraid to cough. Rectal thermometer. Why, that's easy to taste. Betty Lou, 3 gorgeous kids. 3 gorgeous kids said, the Lord just blesses me every day. Said every night when I go to the bathroom, he turns the light on for me. I thought, well, I want to see that. So that night I stayed up. I thought, I'm going to see this firsthand. Why, that fool was just peeing in the refrigerator. When you go to wearing a nose ring and bifocals, that doesn't look good. How about the spiked hair and the bald spot? Or the mini skirts and support hose? How about an ankle bracelet and a corn pad? And even those unbuttoned disco shirts and a scar right straight down your chest. Smoking or non-smoking? Or my personal favorite, have trouble sleeping? We have sermons. Come proud. You know that you're getting old when the doctor, not the policeman, tells you to slow down. Yeah, when it's more fun to go to work than to stay home sick. Or when you start wearing black socks with sandals. It's funny when it comes to the TV. Men don't want to see what's on TV. They want to see what else is on TV. But you know, one day it won't matter to any of us what's on TV. In fact, one day it won't even matter. The Lord will not ask us what kind of clothes we wear. Instead, He'll ask how many people we helped to clothe. The Lord won't ask about what our job title was. He'll ask if you performed your job to the best of your ability. The Lord won't ask what kind of car you drove. Rather, He'll ask how many people did you drive who did not have transportation. The Lord won't ask the square footage of your house. Rather, He'll ask how many people did you invite into your home. The Lord won't ask about the neighborhood that you lived in. Rather, He'll ask how many people from your neighborhood did you invite into your home. The Lord won't ask what your highest salary was. Rather, He'll ask, did you compromise your character to obtain it? The Lord won't ask how many friends you had. Rather, He'll ask how many people to whom you were a friend. And I'm so glad you're all my friends.